blemishes will just go. Clario, 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 Clario. To be very gentle with this spell. Clario. There you go. It looks absolutely lovely. Oh, hello there. Did you want some help getting ready for the ball? Well, I know that people don't generally think of me as the prettiest girl around, but I have actually been reading. I know, surprise, isn't it? No, but I found actually a book of spells. It's supposed to Bewitching Beauty Spells. I've been practicing some at night alone in my dormitory. Didn't want anyone to see. But if you like, I could perhaps use you as a guinea pig. No, nothing bad's happened. I won't do anything that I haven't first tested on myself. You interested? Oh, we can do all sorts of fun things. You can shade your eyes and add freckles or take freckles away. You can change the colour of your teeth, do your lips, even your skin tone, clear out blemishes, which no one wants to have a blemish on the night of the ball now, do they? Oh, that. Oh, you've never heard me talk about SPEW. Well, I will get to this, but I have to tell you about this important thing. Did you know, whenever we go to a feast or any of our food and how it appears from nowhere? Well, it's not actually just created out of nothing. It's actually appearing there from house elves. Yes, there's a whole host of house elves who live in the Hogwarts basement down in the kitchens. And they are not paid at all. They are essentially slaves. Yes, so I started SPEW in order to fight for the freedom of other house elves. It's a passion project of mine. I spend, see my little ball of yarn, I spend whatever time I can knitting things. Well, so for a house elf, if they are given clothes, then that gives them their freedom. There is actually one house elf who is paid, Dobby. He was a house elf for the Malfoys. It's actually pretty funny, the way he got freed. Harry Potter, you know. Yeah, so, my friend, yeah. He took off a dirty sock and handed it to Lucius. And after he handed him the sock, he did it right where Dobby was there, so he just threw the sock to Dobby. And he took that he had been freed. And so now he's been working at Hogwarts ever since. But not the other house elves. They seem to avoid my pieces of clothing. I'm just trying to help them gain their freedom. So it's something I'm very passionate about. I've read actually about enslavement of the mind as well. So I think a lot of these house elves are avoiding freedom because it's almost, have you ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome? Oh, I've read tons about it, but because I've been trying to understand the psychology of the house elf, to understand why they won't try and take the clothes, why they don't want to be freed, and to see if we can try and break that down. But I've as yet been rather unsuccessful. But it's a course I'm very, very passionate about. So if you want to purchase any badges or anything like that, well, if you ever have a chance to knit something or leave a sock lying around, yes, feel free to help free the house elves here at Hogwarts, and then of course once we've freed all the house elves here, we'll work on freeing all the other house elves. But I've probably jabbered on rather too long, haven't I? Shall we go ahead? Let me begin. So what are you actually going to be wearing this evening for the ball? Oh, a gorgeous green gown. That will look lovely on you. Oh, with those nice fur skirts. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Well, my parents actually sent me a muggle gown. Yes, there's something I always had my eye on when I was a little girl. It's blue, and it kind of goes off the shoulder, and then it's fitted around the borders, and then has a nice tight kind of mermaid skirt, and it's got this beautiful sheen in it. I added a little enchantment, so the sheen actually is illuminated a bit as well. If you want any help with enchantments for your dress, I could help you with that as well. Oh, well, I was reading, not in Bewitched Beauty, that's mainly the physical features on the face and that sort of thing, but it was Darling Dressmakers. There's spells in there which can make your waistline appear to come in a bit. There was also ones that will make you appear a couple of inches taller just for the dance, particularly for those of us who have 2 left feet, so don't need to add any heels on for that. What else was there in there? There was the one that adds a little bit of illumination to the fabric. So it makes it's very, very subtle. So you're not going to go in there looking like a Christmas tree, nothing that bright. But it just adds the subtlest illumination. It's very sophisticated and very beautiful. It's also got all sorts of things. If your dress isn't quite fitting, then it can do alterations and that sort of thing as well. I haven't trialed as many of those spells, however, so we'd be going in the dark together. But I'm generally a well-accomplished charm worker, so usually don't have too much trouble picking up a new charm. So once you get dressed, maybe you can come back and we can have a look at your dress and see if there's anything that might work. Okay, so let's start first with your face then. Is there anything, did you want to maybe add, since you're wearing a green gown, did you want to add a little bit of colour to your eyes? You know, in Muggle world we call it makeup. So you can do something like that, but it's obviously a little bit less, well, with muggle makeup it can sometimes be a bit over the top and not look very natural. But these spells are very subtle, or they can be quite flamboyant as well if you wish. I tend to go for the little bit more natural look. Okay, so did you want to go get your dress? Maybe just get your dress on, we'll just do it all at once. Because then I can match the colour of your dress. Yeah? Okay. I'll be right here. Just be back in a jiffy, okay? Oh my goodness. Oh, that looks wonderful on you. Oh, it's a gorgeous dress. It fits you quite well as well. Maybe perhaps there we could look at that alteration. Yes, oh, I know, it could be such a bother, can't it? Okay, so if I'm going to match there, I'd have to look in the book. What colour? So do you think more of an emerald or like an olive? Would you prefer? It's a subtle look, as I said. It's quite a bit lighter than those shades, but okay. So we go Ocularum Emeraldum. I think that's come out there. Okay, let me just do the other one. Ocularum Emeraldum. It's very subtle. Sometimes I might need to say it a little bit different way for it to come out a bit stronger. Gotta get the flick right as well. Just got to, let me just try over here first. Need to practice to make sure I'm not going to. So, Ocularum Emeraldum. Ocularum Emeraldum. Ocularum Emeraldum. Yes, I think that shall be better. Ocularum Emeraldum. Ocularum Emeraldum. There, that looks quite good. Yes, there's a looking glass right there. I know, it's quite a difference, isn't it? Okay, so next, let's just look. Did you want me to just maybe clear over some of the blemishes? Okay, it's a very simple spell, that one, actually. I could teach you. It's just Clario. In Clario, it's a very light flick. You don't want to be too heavy-handed with it, or it can kind of wipe out your whole cheek. So I've got to be very gentle with it. So, Clario, 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 Clario. Could be just a couple up here. Clario, Clario, Clario. Just that one on the nose there, yes. Clario. There. Now all those blemishes have been wiped away. But you can see it's not too big of a blending either. When I tried it on myself one day, I was rather heavy-handed with Clario, with a quite heavy hand, and I ended up with my whole nose kind of getting a bit squashed in. The effect lasts for a couple hours. It'll just wear off on its own. Yeah. So we've got your eyes. Those look lovely. Did you want any sort of line on the eye? They do, that kind of Egyptian look where you're going to get a tiger eye off to the side or anything like that. yes, let's look. So you see here, just on that page, that one. Okay, so you want the Felis. Okay. Linarium. I've got to practice. I'm getting a little nervous here. Okay. Linarium Felis. Linarium Felis. Linarium Felis. I think I need to go a little bit more like this. Linarium Felis. Yes, let's do that. Linarium Felis. Oh, gorgeous. Linarium Felis. Wonderful. Now you have the two eyes. You look over at the looking glass again. Wonderful, isn't it? Oh, you're looking gorgeous. Now, we all know that part of what can be quite catching for the eye is a nice bright lip colour. Well, I saw one in there. It's like a purple iridescent. It sheens pearlescent. It looks almost like a pearl, but it's lavender colour. Yeah, maybe a little bit light. More of a plum colour. Let's see what we have there. See on this page? What colour? What the plum? There is a plum there, isn't there? So, I'm just going to do your lip plumario. Okay. And this one I actually have to kind of draw it on. The lip plumario. Lip plumario. Lip plumario. Lip plumario. And just that final sheen. There. Look quite wonderful, I reckon. Okay, so now shall we just have a quick look to see if we can get your dress just in that one little spot. Yes, you're just much too skinny there. Need to bring it in so it can accent your figure better. Okay, so let us see. Where did I leave that book? Oh, where is it? Yes, I've got Quidditch Through the Ages and History of Magic. Is it this one? I think it's right behind you, sorry. There it is. Okay. So there it is. Let's see. To bring it in, well, this one I actually got in at Flourish and Blots. It's not in the library. Oh yes, see this spell, yeah. I think if we just bring it in, you see, just like that line. I think that would do the trick. Yes. So let's see. It says we hold the wand about 3 inches from the spot. The incantation is Slimmers. And it says don't flick. I am sometimes too much of a flicker with my wand craft. Don't flick too much. A nice smooth stroke. Slimaria. Okay. Let's try to this side about 3 inches away. There we go. Slimario. Oh, that works quite well. Just tuck right in. How does it feel? Comfortable. Oh, wonderful. Let's try love the way it just kind of stitches in. Oh, that looks wonderful. Was there anything else that you wanted me to help you with? Well, then I better get myself ready for this ball, hadn't I? I'll see you down there, okay? Oh yes, I'll be down in about 30 minutes.